my junior year at college, when I decided to do something really not very intelligent, which was to form a humor magazine. I felt that Rochester was a place where fun went to die, and that everybody was against it. The provost was against it. The prison was against it. The librarian was against it. But I put 30 people together. And I said, we're going to do a humor magazine like Lampoon at Harvard. And we did it. And what I found is that's what was my passion, was to put people together, to solve problems, to create a product program. But inside that, the secret, which I didn't recognize until, like the question you just asked, is I got a kick out of and really got excited about helping people do better than they thought they could. When people came in contact with me, in many cases, not all cases, obviously, they felt that I really wanted them to do better. And that was my secret to management. And that's why I think I did better on almost every job that I've taken, and in the university as well, when I became the chairman of the board of trustees. Almost everything I do, even today, I have people calling me and saying, what do you think, Ed? Because they know that I'm interested in them. I have a young lady that was a valet at my golf club, and she's just called me from University of Utah. And she's having trouble studying, and she knows that I want her to do better. So it's and then my principle there was I have it on my wall right now. It says there's nothing more. It says there's no limit to what a person can do and where he can go if he doesn't mind who gets the credit. And you build your passion and you find some principles that help you exercise that passion. But I love putting people together, and also I recognize
you didn't do it for you. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't doing it for any other reason than like you really wanted them to be better than they could, right? Like that was an internal thing.
And there's something, there's a vibe that I sent out. There's a vibe that I sent out. Really interested in you doing better. Right.
But it wasn't so that you could succeed.
To like to succeed. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
It wasn't. Right?
No, I didn't. I always felt that I would succeed if I did this. And I went at each problem to solve the problem or to and again, what's next helped me quite a bit, because when I was at firm in Salisbury, a little tiny firm, every year I said to the guys, what's next? What are we going to do now? Oh, it's because we'll be out of business otherwise. And we grew it from 20 million to almost $500 million, $480 million revenues, sold it to Xerox, bought it back, and then sold it to a Dutch company. It was God bless,
Wait. Well, now I forget what I was going to ask you.
I'm sorry.
But, so do you think you were so good because you would bring in good, you couldn't have known how to do all of this stuff. At each place you were doing something different. You knew who to bring in, and you knew how to what did you say? You knew how to help people do better than they thought they could. So if the people you bring are doing better, then everyone's succeeding.
But you also just elucidated the third partner. The third P is partners. Okay. I found that I was only good as the people I surround myself with. That's another very big secret. Today, especially in today's world, you can't do anything without help. And so therefore, finding the kind of partners you need and the kind of partners you want is very important. And I found in business 3 partners. One, people that could do partners that could do things I couldn't do, period. Partners that could do things better than I could do them. The third partner nobody realizes. I wanted to find partners who do things that I do really well that I don't want to do. If I could find that partner, and I did, I ended up doing things that I want to do that I did well. So that was my secret. And each organization, you need different kinds of partners. When you work in the E.D. Mercenary area, like a university, you need different kind of partners. Now I found a partner, and actually somebody found him for me, 6'5" Dartmouth young man. When I was
accounting guy, the finance guy.
Finance guy. Yeah. He did all the accounting, which I struggled with. I took accounting and covered it. He did IT. He did HR. All that stuff.
You got to read the book to find out about this guy. No, I mean, that was incredible, right? You almost didn't take him, but all right, we got to take our commercial break.